Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're exploring a seriously chilling reality of modern investigation. We are talking about the invisible detective. We're going to break down exactly how silent, microscopic, digital forensics brought down some of the absolute most elusive predators in history. Okay, let's dive into this. So, think about this for a second. How do seemingly perfect, entirely anonymous predators suddenly find themselves in handcuffs, caught by a clue they literally couldn't even see? It's a question that completely changes how we look at crime, right? For decades, traditional clues, a stray hair, a physical fingerprint, those were the gold standard. But today, it's the microscopic digital crumbs we leave behind that actually crack the hardest cases. Section 1, BTK, the floppy disk clue. For over 30 years, Dennis Rader, infamously known as the BT killer, evaded police. And he wasn't just hiding, he was actively taunting them while leaving zero physical evidence behind. He honestly thought he was untouchable. But what ultimately stopped him was the systematic process of modern digital forensics. We're talking about 5 key steps here: identification, preservation, analysis, documentation, and finally, presentation. His massive fatal error actually happened in 2005. Continuing his usual taunts, Rader sent the police a physical floppy disk, and on it was a Microsoft Word document. He was super confident because he knew the physical object was wiped clean of prints. But, well, he was playing a physical game, while investigators, they were already looking at a completely digital landscape. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that the police didn't really care about the actual text in the document. Instead, they extracted its metadata. If you're not familiar, metadata is basically data about data. It's the automatically collected, hidden architecture baked right into a file. We're talking device logs, timestamps, and most importantly for this case, authorship tags that the user never even sees. It's like the DNA of a file. Physically, it was just a blank, useless disk, but digitally, oh, it was a smoking gun. Forensics experts analyzed that metadata and found a hidden, undeleted authorship tag. The document's creator was listed simply as Dennis. That tiny, microscopic, invisible footprint was the exact thread that completely unraveled Rader's 30-year reign of terror. Wild, right? Let's move to Section 2, tracing the Craigslist killer, and see how this builds. Fast forward to April 2009 in Boston. Police were suddenly facing a new predator, one operating behind what seemed to be a flawless curtain of digital anonymity. A young woman named Julissa Brisman was tragically murdered in her hotel room, and the physical evidence? Practically zero. But investigators did find her unlocked cell phone, which revealed an email arranging the fatal appointment. And the sender was just an anonymous Andy M. Here's the thing. Every single email sent over the internet carries an IP address, an internet protocol address that acts just like a digital phone number. It absolutely doesn't matter what fake name you use, that IP address bridges the gap between cyberspace and a real, physical, geographical location. So, the crucial point is, extracting that IP from the burner email was the digital equivalent of the killer dropping the murder weapon, totally covered in fingerprints, right there at the scene. And the speed of a digital investigation is just blistering. Brisman was murdered on April 14th. By tracing that IP address and connecting the digital dots to a prior robbery just days earlier, police mapped a direct, undeniable line to an apartment in suburban Quincy. Think about that. In just 5 days, they went from a totally cold crime scene to staking out the suspect's front door. The man sitting at the end of that IP address absolutely shocked everyone. It wasn't some known criminal drifter. It was 23-year-old Philip Markoff. On paper, Markoff was the perfect, all-American guy. He was engaged, he was brilliant, a second-year medical student at Boston University. But thanks to his digital footprint, investigators uncovered a deadly double life that he was keeping entirely hidden from everyone he knew. That invisible digital trace gave police exactly what they needed: the warrant to breach the physical world. And this brilliantly illustrates the power of digital forensics. Because inside Markoff's apartment, they found a 9mm handgun hidden inside a medical textbook, matching bullets literally taped behind a dryer, and shoes stained with the victim's blood. A simple string of ones and zeros unlocked a mountain of horrifying physical proof. Part 3. The inescapable digital trail. We are living in a completely new era of investigation now. Like the quote says, a single geotag doesn't prove guilt, but it may be the missing piece that ties together a broader case. Whether it's a hidden metadata tag on some ancient floppy disk or an IP trace from a burner email account, the reality is nobody acts entirely anonymously anymore. Your devices are quite literally always talking. We've just seen how a tiny hidden authorship tag or a single IP address can completely unravel secret lives and crack so-called perfect crimes. So I just have to ask you, if a microscopic digital footprint has that much undeniable power, what is your digital trail saying about you right now? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep questioning everything and stay curious out there.